minus 10 seconds and counting.
Hey, barbecue
Hey,
family.
barbecue family. Happy Friday, everybody.
How's everybody doing? We've got YouTube, we've got TikTok, we've got Instagram. How's everybody doing today?
We
Nice
got
to see
barbecue
you guys.
Reggie, we got Hot Tommy, we got Will Plunk, and of course, we got the beautiful barbecue mama in the house.
It's Friday, everybody. We finally made it.
We made it, and you guys will notice that. Okay, why is it as soon as we're on, it's like a hurricane out there.
Look at barbecue mama's hair blowing in the breeze.
Guys, we're back in coats already. Do you believe that we're there already?
I know. It seems like it was like a few short weeks ago. It was summer. Then we went to the vest for like 5 minutes, and then now we're in the coats.
The warm season does not last long here, guys. We got Wendy in the house. How are you, Wendy? We got Traeger, Bruno saying, Maddie is the best. Well, thank you. So is my sister Kiki. She's quite a lovely gal, too.
Forget about Kiki. This guy just wants Maddie, and that's fine by me. Hi, Brian. Hi, Scott. How's it going?
Scott, are you watching from work? Because Scott has shared with us before that he's watched in secrecy in a shed.
Okay, before we go any further, we've got First on the Grill this week, and it's interesting because it's Mr. Hot Tommy. Wow.
Congrats, Hot Tommy. And it says Hot Tommy sneaks into first. So he outbid Bat 13
That's
today.
right. We got C-Mac. Who do we got on TikTok? We got Danny. We've got Lawrence. We've got Kay. How's everybody doing?
We got Kathy over on Insta, and Kathy watches with Kim. We hope you guys are both having a great Friday.
Hey, guys.
We're happy to be here with you guys today. This week seems like it was rather long. I don't know if anyone else feels like that.
Yeah, normally Maddie and I are like, wow, this week flew by. No, it did not.
Not this one. Not this one. We got Chewy's Barbecue saying, yay, the Frozen Sisters. It is quite chilly already here.
C-Mac's making fun of us saying it looks warm there. Yeah, we're freezing already, C-Mac. And today's actually warm compared to what it's going to be.
Yeah, guys, it's
like
only downhill from here.
It's like plus 10 here today, but that's still really cold when you're not. We got to harden off.
Yes.
We always say we got to harden off before it becomes winter and it really gets cold.
We got Jay Booth in the house, James Bearden. Guys, we're happy you're here. It is Friday. We got to kick things off the way that we always kick them off because we got a locked and loaded show for you guys today.
Okay, then I'll talk about TikTok in a second. Okay, here we go.
Honey, are you ready for this? Are you guys ready? Let's do this.
Here we go.
Friday, Friday. Yes, it's Friday.
And I'm freezing cold already.
You got to get your groove on a little bit more when it's that cold.
Okay,
we got Marisol in the house. Hi, Marisol.
Hi, Marisol. If Janimal the animal, hello, we see you. There's a spider on the camera, honey. Don't freak out, please. Do you see it?
Guys, you're about to see it. If you if barbecue pops heads to the front camera,
I don't know if you
there.
can see it.
Yes, you will be able to see that.
He's off to the corner. No,
you can't.
He's on the top.
Okay, he looks massive. On the camera, he looks absolutely massive.
He's big.
My goodness
Get out
gracious.
of the view, buddy. He's like right in the side. Okay, if you're on TikTok, make sure that you're behaving because we've got Eva Lama as a moderator. Hi, Eva Lama. Thank you for doing
Eva
that.
Lama. He's holding it down over there, making sure everyone behaves over there, okay?
Yeah.
TikTok's known to get rowdy.
Yeah, that guy's just chilling now, though.
Kathy's screaming because she sees the... Okay, what is that? I'm already antsy, guys. There's stuff flying around already.
I'll let you know it's very difficult to do absolutely anything with Murd when there is insects around because she just will freak. She'll just bail. She'll go in the house.
I will run. I will scream. You guys, wherever you're watching from in the world, you might be able to hear it.
And I'm going to have to just take over. Hi, Russell. How are you? Nice to see you. Happy Friday. The spider's making his way across. He's going to be making an appearance this whole show, I think.
Well, he better not be making an appearance in this recipe because we want to eat this today. Honey, what are we making today?
Okay, so it is my week to make a recipe.
Look at it. Okay, see that? Guys, that graphic, we haven't seen this. We're just seeing it right now. There's a little image of barbecue pops there.
And I was going to explain this story because I know
he ain't a Kale fan.
We're using Kale. So TikTok and Instagram, if you're wondering what we're talking about, we're looking at the front, and that's where we have all sorts of different camera angles on YouTube and Facebook, but you guys can't see that on these platforms.
If you're on TikTok, click into the link in bio, and you'll be able to see it. You'll head right over to the live show right now.
Yeah, so that's what we're talking about when we're looking at the front. There's lots of graphics and camera angles over here. So this graphic in particular, we're making a smoked white bean and kale soup, and it's showing BBQ Pops giving the stink eye to some kale because BBQ Pops hates kale. And that is also kind of why I chose to make this recipe today.
Okay, oh my goodness. Is she not the definition of the little bratty sister?
But if I can get some nutrients into BBQ Pops, I will, because BBQ Pops is like kind of the exact opposite of me when it comes to food. He doesn't like anything I like. He doesn't, and I think he will like this soup though, because this soup is going to be full of flavor, full of nutrients. And Barbecue Mike G said Kiki's going to raid her garden, I saw, and you're absolutely right. This is all from my garden.
Barbecue Mike G knows. Now we got Marianne in the house, who, thank you, Marianne. She's on my side. She's on Kathy's side. And let me know who else isn't a bug fan in the house. She's saying, hey, ladies, I hate bugs and spiders. I usually get Frank to bring them outside. Fritz Frank's over here. That's the lovely husband of Marianne. He's saying, it's just a spider. I carried one out of the house yesterday, so Marianne didn't squish it. He's on your side, Key.
Fritz Frank, you're my man.
That's what Key does. Key's my hero when it comes to bugs.
I love that, because I just don't go around killing unnecessary things for just, if they're living harmoniously with me in the house, why am I going to kill them? Wendy is saying, I'm with Barbecue Pops. I hate kale, but I don't dislike spinach, so it's an easy substitute. That's absolutely right, Wendy. And spinach is one of the greens that actually is very mild, so you can use it in smoothies, and it doesn't have that green taste. So if you don't like kale, spinach is a really good intro to greens, because it's not like a collard.
Spinach is a very mild one. It doesn't have a lot of flavor, but it packs a lot of nutritiousness.
Yeah. Okay. So I got Maddie on onions.
Key's got me on all the stinky goods. Okay, I'm on onions. I'm on a whole head of garlic. I'm about to cry because you guys know how I feel about that.
Give me some attention first. And hold that up. No, we're not just going right to chopping.
All right, guys. If there was a fast forward, we don't have it because this is a live show, but I would say hit the fast forward.
Okay, so that's so rude. So I picked all of this morning.
Let's wrap it up.
And you'll not.
Kidding. I'm kidding.
You're being rude today. Okay, so I picked this morning, and I wanted to show you guys this. And if you're like, oh, that my onions have started to sprout, that's not a problem. You don't need to throw out onions that have already sprouted. Garlic tends to get a little bit bitter.
These little sprouts here.
No, those are roots, honey. Roots.
How are these bad? These are good. We're putting that in the soup.
Don't tell me what we're putting in the soup. I'm telling you what we're putting in the soup.
Because I was referring to these. Key's talking about these.
Because that's called it's obviously on the bottom. That's obviously a root.
I thought you were going to say that we're going to be eating these little spongy things.
No, they're not spongy. So I picked those this morning, and I actually forgot they were hidden under the kale.
Can I get going? Can someone, guys, this is a cooking show. Can someone start doing something here except just going a little bit too much of this?
Yes, please start chopping. So I put Maddie on onions and celery as well. You're doing all that celery too.
I know. What are you doing?
I've got carrots.
What are you doing here?
So I'm gonna again pick this morning all of these carrots, and I've taken the tops off because I like to juice them. But you could absolutely put them in a soup as well.
Okay, so I'm obviously peeling the outside, but putting all of this in.
Yeah, exactly. And you could keep that up for a stock if you wanted to, but please do not waste the tops.
Okay, we got Hot Tommy over here and saying, I do love me a little Maddie angle. Oh, Hot Tommy. I love a good Hot Tommy angle. That's not news to anyone.
No, I think everybody is well aware of that.
Yeah, I love that the name is sticking. That's worldwide, baby.
Yeah.
Hot Tommy's going worldwide.
Okay, so because there is no fast forward on this live, I'm going to interest you guys in a little little known fact on carrots.
Oh, wow. Okay. Who's here for it? Who's ready for this?
I am.
Okay, buddy, am I going
Barbecue Mama is.
Am I going on a fine dice?
Fine dice, baby. Okay, so did you know that carrots are in the parsley family?
Ooh, good.
Did anybody know that? Herbaceous flowering annuals. That's all the same genre. Okay, so you can.
I don't know why that's funny.
So if you are in a pinch, if you have carrots that have the tops on them, or you're growing carrots and you don't have parsley, it's obviously not going to be the exact same, but you can sub in carrot tops, and you will get a similar result as parsley.
Okay, I love that and I think this crowd will love that because this is a foodie crowd who's tuning in. I think everyone can appreciate a good substitute.
Marisol's appreciating the carrot.
She's into it. Marisol is into it.
I gotta tell you guys, I don't know why, but cutting things finely into perfect cubes brings me a lot of joy.
I kind of agree with that.
Like, I don't like misshapen cubes. Like, I'm talking about like this kind of cube where it's all the exact same. Like, look at honey. I'm breaking it down to exact cube.
I know.
I don't know why. I
into
love that.
It's so like satisfying to look at and to actually do for some reason.
Yep, and Marisol's also saying no waste of anything. I definitely agree with that, Marisol. If you buy carrots from the store and they have the tops, do not put those into the compost bin. And you can do so much more with those than just pesto. I know a lot of people think like carrot top pesto. That's great because, like I said, it is in the parsley family. But you can make a really good green juice. That's probably my favorite way to enjoy them, is in a green juice.
Ooh.
Again, Barbecue Pops is probably like rolling his eyes back there. But I don't care because it's my week.
Okay, guys, you can see the tops of the onions just looks like a green onion. And again, that's going to add some delectable flavor. You can just smell from the aroma that that's going to be tasting good. But who doesn't love some greenery?
Yeah, that is going to be really
Jay
good.
Booth, thank you for joining us. He's got a question. He's saying, so do you use parsnips too?
Yes.
I love a parsnip.
Jay, same family.
Parsnips don't get enough love or attention.
They don't.
They're misunderstood, I think.
They totally are, but you know what?
They're so sweet.
Yeah, but did you know that parsnips take so long to grow? I don't know how they can offer them at the grocery stores for so inexpensive because they're one of the vegetables that has to stay in the ground for a very, very long time. And they require a frost to sweeten up. Otherwise, they're extremely woody and starchy. So I don't know why they are extremely underrated.
They're so sweet. They're so delectable.
Yeah.
I think it's because they're not the prettiest veg.
Yeah.
They're that like grayish, yellowy, creamy white color.
But
Could
people
be
don't know
because
how
of
to
that.
make them.
Now, Fritz Frank is joining us. Fritz Frank, we missed you last week. We noticed that you weren't in the house. He is being an absolute sweetheart because that's what the barbecue family does. He's saying, Kathy, who is my semi-charred life, he's saying she needs a shout out for the fantastic chili made from the other day.
Aww.
So I didn't see that. I'm definitely going to have to go back and take a look at that because it is officially chili season here.
Oh, I cannot
I
wait.
can totally go for a good chili.
I love a good chili. But I got to tell you one thing. The only way I'm eating a chili is if I got a cornbread dipper.
A hundo piece.
Otherwise, it's like eating a bowl of like too tomatoey, too acidy, like acid reflux, heartburn all over the place for me.
And we've shared it before, and we will share it again. To us, we're Canadian. I know this is a hot button issue for a lot of people. Beans are in there, okay? Beans are in the chili. I said it. I stand by it.
You don't have to convince me, honey. You know I love a good bean.
You love a bean.
I love a bean, and that's one of the main players in this soup today.
Now, I don't love a bit of glove in my soup, okay? So we're wearing gloves today, guys, because it is chilly here. We had to officially turn off the water at the grill studio here because we're down to minus temperatures. So I'm trying my best, and Key, hopefully you are as well, trying not to get a bit of the gloves in the soup. I'm all for lots of different things in soups, but not latex.
And I find it hard not to get these cut when I'm cutting.
I know.
They stick out.
That's why I'm saying it. Okay, Janimal is noticing the bobber grill in the background. Good eye, Janimal. We just brought that back today because that was hanging at my house for a while.
Yeah, that is a cute grill. Janimal, how are you? You've been working a lot this summer. Are you officially done for the winter time? What was I just going to say? We were talking about the grill.
We got S. Will in the house. Hello, S. Will. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, S. Will.
Hasn't been able to come by the whole show, but he graces us with his presence for a few minutes. We're grateful you're here, S. Will.
Yeah, so normally this is not proper, what we're doing here. This is not right. To be adding things to a cold Dutch oven, not right. Okay, but we're doing for the essence of time. This is alive. It's very difficult to keep adding things and facing back and forward and back and forward.
And realistically, does it affect it to the point where you can tell? No, it does not.
No, but it does make it stick more.
Yes, but that's why we will keep an eye on it once it goes over there. But some of these rules when it comes to cooking, I'm not into them because then it intimidates people to want to try and make certain things.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need to be so specific when it comes to rules in the kitchen.
No, definitely
I think that's why a lot of chefs like cooking and not baking because baking you do got to stick to the rules.
Yeah, but I will tell you one time like if you do try to add things to a cold pan and it's something like meat where you want to get that really nice brown on it, it's impossible to do that in a cold pan. Like, the rules are there for a reason. So
They are, but
basically
I'm
what
saying-
I'm saying is I don't agree with what Murdy just
And basically what I'm saying is it's not going to make or break the recipe. We got
And I'm saying
Courtside
it
Mike
is.
in the house. He's saying, happy Friday. Courtside Mike, where have you been, bud? We haven't seen you in a while.
Is that
We
the one?
haven't seen you probably since we've been in the coats.
Is that the one that gets drunk and comes in here?
No.
Who is that? And where has he
Courtside Mike,
gone?
do you want an adult bev with you right now? Because apparently Key wants to know. But no, that's
Who was that?
That's I forget who that guy was from Australia, but I forget his name.
We had that guy for like 3 weeks and then not anymore. I don't know what happened to him.
Hopefully the juice didn't get the better of him because we haven't seen him for a while. But Fritz Frank is also hanging out on YouTube. He let us know he's Team Beans.
Yes.
Okay, I love that people are not afraid to let it just fly here, okay? Because a lot of people are afraid to share their opinions on beans when it comes to chili.
And, okay, so another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, if anybody saw the Netflix documentary about the blue zones of the world and people that live the longest, what was on the top of that list, people? Beans.
Make friends with beans,
Every
people.
type of bean. The most common thing among people who live to be over 100 was that they ate beans daily. And we got our friend Toozy in the house. He's yelling out. He's yelling out that he likes a good soup.
Who doesn't love a good soup?
I said this morning, I got to tell you guys, I'm really glad we decided to make this today because I'm chilly and I want to eat this.
Me too. Guys, I'm trying to do my best with the onions over here. I'm slip sliding all over the place. Maybe because these are homegrown, but you know how sometimes the onion skins are slippery?
Yeah.
I'm noticing these are super, super slippery.
Yeah, you know why? Because
Plus, with the gloves, I'm really facing a battle here, guys. I'm
Good.
battling this onion.
Good.
And this is for you, baby.
I know
That's
you
for
deserve it after all the
okay?
weeks of garlic.
Yeah,
you
it's
get
my
chopping.
week next week, honey. It'll be back.
I was gonna say, you know why that is? Because the onions that are in the store are so old. By the time you get them, they're a little bit dried out. That's why
Yeah.
they're not as slippery.
I could totally see that.
Okay, so this is quite a bit of carrot. But when it comes to making an entirely vegan soup, as this one is, you want to make sure that you have the really, really good high quality ingredients because there's not a ton of them. And you have to make sure, like when you're making something that doesn't have any bones in it, it doesn't have any butter in it or meat, you have to make sure that the ingredients that you do have are going to have a ton of flavor to them. That's going to be the secret to making a good soup.
Agreed.
That's
I
vegan.
100% agree, and I will go as far to say you wouldn't even know this was vegan.
No,
you
you
could serve this
absolutely-
to anyone, and anyone would love it, regardless of what their dietary restrictions are.
Mm-hmm.
We have Diana in the house saying, "Do you ever use honey? Do you know what this is? I'm not sure. In your beans recipes to cut down on the gassiness." Apparently, it's used in a lot of. Oh yeah,
Yes.
Is that the
Yes.
one that smells funky?
Yes, it is the one that smells funky. It's the herb that, or the spice. I think it's a
Barbecue
spice.
Mama, how do you say that? You know the one that smells like. Yes. Okay. Barbecue Mama just said it, and it is It looks like it appears to be how you pronounce it is what it looks like. So, is it asafoetida? That ain't right. That can't be it.
Maddie couldn't sound more Canadian if she
Yeah.
tried. Asafoetida?
I'm like, is that accurate, guys? I'm gonna say that's a big fat no. I'll go as far to say that ain't right.
Wait,
but
who said that?
That was Diana, and she's
Diana?
saying that it's used to cut the gassiness.
Oh, very cool, Diana. Good tip. I will have to try that. But soaking dried beans and then discarding the water also helps. That's a really big way to get rid of that gassiness. And I will share a little tip that I actually learned from Barbecue Pops. If you're cooking dried beans, and I recommend that you do if you eat a lot of beans because, guys, we can't go live. Okay, good. Thank you. Sorry. We can't go live on TikTok because we're on a lot of different platforms, so I will decline.
Evil Llama's on it. That guy, seriously, he is on it.
Yeah, so if you eat a lot of beans or you want like beans that don't have such a strong beany flavor, I feel like dried beans have a way better flavor and texture.
S. Will's also sharing something interesting. S. Will, is this true? He's saying, I use virgin olive oil to cut down on gassiness in beans. I've never
Oh.
heard that one either before.
No, I haven't either.
Guys, leave it to the barbecue family to be sharing all kinds of wonderful information.
I
We're
was
all
just gonna
learning
say
something new.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say that what I learned from Barbecue Pops is if you add a little pinch of baking soda to the water when you're boiling dried beans, Marisol knows what I'm talking about the dried beans. It will make them cook faster, and it will make them softer. So, because dried beans sometimes take about 100 years to soften down and cook.
Oh my goodness, yes.
So if you do add baking soda, they go a lot quicker. And then if you're gonna end up blending them for something like hummus or a bean dip, which is one of my favorite foods of all time, it will make them a lot smoother. And you'll get rid of, like, I don't know if you guys seen some recipes for hummus and it says like peel the chickpeas. I don't know who's doing that.
Who's peeling chickpeas?
That I would never be able to do that. No way.
I don't know if anyone here does this, but I love doing dried beans in the slow cooker. Just let them go. Just do a massive batch.
Okay. What is this? No. Maddie's just giving buddy, I said fine mince.
I said you're getting what you get.
Do we want uniform pieces?
That's not what's happening.
For some
here.
reason,
I'm doing what I do. You do you. I do me.
All right. Wow.
But I do mine in the slow cooker, and I like to do them in a big batch just so I can, for me, you eat a lot of dried beans.
I do, yeah.
But I like to do them in the slow cooker, freeze them on a sheet pan with some parchment, and then throw them on a big Ziploc big Ziploc bag, and then you just have them whenever you need them.
Yeah. I like to use these containers or any container, because then you're not committed to taking out a whole bunch of beans. You can take out, this is like 2 cups roughly, and you can use them and stuff, and then you can just defrost what you need. Russell is saying, but you're taking away from the musical interlude afterwards, and we all know what he's talking about when you're eating beans.
Okay, so Russell's all for that. Some people aren't, but Russell welcomes it sounds like. We got Miss Barbecue Italy in the house. Hello, girl. She's saying, have a great weekend, beauties. Thanks for, I wonder, Barbecue Mama, do you know what time it is in Italy? 7 hours ahead. Okay, that's a drastic difference. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, I'm gonna add in our olive oil, and again, normally that would be added at the very beginning, but we're adding that in because we're gonna saute this all up together.
And I'm gonna keep chopping these to whatever level I want.
Yeah, I'm not pleased with this at all.
This is Keith looking, being like, oh,
well,
okay.
That's not right. But again, so if you're not if you want to make a plant-based soup, olive oil is a really good base, even if it's not going to be plant-based. Why not? Yeah. It has a ton of flavor, ton of health benefits. Okay, so to this, another star from my garden, we're going to add in some dried thyme. Now, when I dry thyme, I like to dry it whole like this, and then, you could, oh my goodness, I like to put in one of these, what are these called?
Give me the smell.
What is this called?
Oh my goodness.
Like this prevents it from, it's like a moisture thing, like a desiccant. Thank you, myself. I answered that myself.
You're very, very welcome.
It keeps it so these stay dry in here and absorbs moisture. So I'm gonna just take it like a few little sprigs, and then when these are done, you can just pull the little woody stems out of there. And let's not take the whole jar, because I would like to keep this over the winter time. Look at how good is that gonna be?
That's gonna be fantastic. We have Paul Wiki in the house. Hello, Paul Wiki. That's
Hi,
Wicked
Paul.
Barbecue. Thank you for joining us. I will tell you guys, and honey, I will tell you, I'm appreciating the tops in the celery. Okay, back off. Let me do this.
Okay, too much. Wow, way too big
I
here.
like that the tops are in here.
I don't know what kind of savage chopping we're doing today, but Mur doesn't have any of me telling her what to do.
Absolutely, yeah. Get in there, Barbecue Pops. This is me living life on the wild side here.
Goodness. Like, let's chop like a civilized human being.
Going again. Yeah, but I'm trying to get this going because everybody knows a soup, in order for it to be good, we got to get this going.
Yes, okay.
But I do like that you're putting the tops in, because I think a lot of people also forget that the tops are just actually more flavorful than any other part of the veg here. So put them in, don't throw them out.
And when you grow, that's for my garden. When you grow celery, you get quite a bit of tops, so you better make friends with them. Marisol's asking where I got the little desiccants. Marisol, I eat a lot of seaweed, so I just save them. I just save them after I'm done the package of seaweed. Give them a wipe off.
Those dried little seaweed packets.
Yeah, the little seaweed, you know, everybody knows what those are, those seaweed snacks, which are phenomenal, by the way. I love those things. Okay, so to season the soup, we're going with a cluck and squeal rub today. I love this one.
Okay, speak of cluck and squeal, are you joking? They just entered the building.
Guys, look at what
they're saying. Savage Chop sounds like a band. Ooh, that's a good band name.
Okay, so guys,
yeah, that would be my band name.
That is your band name. I don't know what you're doing today, but it's got to be a full moon with what you're doing.
Buddy, I'm trying to hustle. I'm in gloves. I'm uncomfortable in this coat, and as usual, you said this 20 times. The cutting boards are so slippery. I'm doing what I can here.
All right.
Do you want the soup to be good and on right now?
I do.
So I don't want it simmering for 5 minutes.
I do. I've been told. Okay, so this is, as I was saying, Maddie's gonna continue to savagely chop.
Yep.
This is one of my favorite of the Cluck and Squeal rubs, and it's the bold browning. I don't know.
Obsessed with that one.
I don't know what you guys
Did
put
you
in
take
this
that
one.
from my house?
Yeah, I did.
I was gonna say, excuse me, I'm pretty
No.
sure this one is mine.
Okay, so I don't know what's in this one, but it has like a smoky molassesy. I can't put my finger on it, but it's phenomenal.
That's coming back home with me, but
No.
that is one of my favorite rubs that I've ever had.
It's interesting.
It's definitely stumped Key and I. We can't tell what's in it. There's something in there that is delectable. That is, I can't tell.
It's a je ne sais quoi
Yes,
type ingredient.
in the best way possible.
It's very good, so we're gonna add this in there, and we might have to re-season in the end because soup is one of those things that requires a ton of seasoning.
Look, I'm sorry. Call me the food processor, okay? That's all you need. Yeah.
Yeah, if I want things in misshapen
Yeah.
sizes and...
Guys, that's
Okay.
fine, okay?
Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm gonna get this on. Maddie's still got quite a bit of chopping to do
Yeah,
because
notice how I've left this part to the end? I don't want to do this. I have a whole head of garlic to do over here. You're going to get misshapen garlic too, buddy.
Don't treat my
And maybe
precious
a
garlic
few
like
cloves
that.
will fall on the ground.
No, buddy, that's from my garden. Don't.
We'll see what happens.
I'm gonna get mad at you. Okay, so I'm gonna add this to the grill, and
Oh,
then
this is actually quite small.
that's why I chose it for you.
We need every last clove here.
Okay, so we've got the grill fired up. We've got the diffuser plate in. We're cooking at a very high heat today. I might actually adjust that because that is pretty high for a soup. Let's just shut that down a little bit.
Guys, if you haven't tried a soup on the grill before, you might be like, well, how's that going to do anything? That is going to lightly give it a smoky flavor. And everybody knows when it comes to beans take on beans and smoke were made for each other.
Yes, and
I
that's
think
why
so.
that's why you'll notice I'm leaving the lid up on the grill because I do want to get that smoky flavor.
Yes.
So
yes,
I'm not
point.
the lid, not the lid. I'm
Don't
leaving the
put
lid
the
off.
lid on if you want the flavor on there.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Okay, so we got to let that cook off a little bit. I'm getting Mad to chop while Mad's chopping our garlic.
Yep.
This is the kale that we're using for this soup. Hands up if you know what this kale is called. Bonus points in my books if you could tell me what this kale is called. This is one of my favorite kales, and probably ironically enough, one of Barbecue Pops' least favorite kales. There's tons of different kale out there, but this one goes by a ton.
Why? Because it's more fibrous.
It's a bit more coarse, not
So that's why
fibrous.
Barbecue Pops doesn't like it?
Probably.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
he
go-
likes any kale, buddy. Why are you getting specific here?
Okay, so this one goes by like a ton of different names. It's like dinosaur kale, lacinato kale, Tuscan kale, black kale. This one it's all the same thing. So if you see it in a restaurant, and people try to use this one when they're trying to be fancy, because it's not your typical kale. It's got so many different names. But I love this one because it's so dark. Note Love Grows Baking. Hello, how are you? Not collard greens. This is actually kale, believe it or
It
not.
kind of does look like a smaller version of a collard green, though. Good guess.
Yes.
Love Grows Baking.
And you don't want it, the stems are quite fibrous. So all you have to do to peel it is grip the bottom and pull it.
Diana guessed
Pull it up.
dragon kale. Is that one of the names?
I've never heard it been called
That
dragon
sounds
kale.
like it could be because if it's
Dinosaur
called
kale.
dinosaur kale. It sounds like it could be under the same umbrella.
Yeah,
Good
so you
guess,
just
Diana.
Pull on the stem, and the leaves come right off the bottom like that. I find this very fun to do. See?
Yeah,
Just like that.
another satisfying thing to do in the kitchen.
And what I do is take these and put them in my stock bag because you don't want to waste these either. They got a lot of flavor to them. Now, why is it a tornado outside?
I don't know.
I looked up and I'm like, okay, are we going to make it today? Things look like they're flying away.
Does anyone think any of these garlic cloves are going to go flying into the
Ooh.
wind? Because, oh my goodness, the
Oh,
screen
no.
might almost.
Yeah, it looks like the screen's going to fall down.
It's almost time to go indoors, guys.
Oh.
It's almost time. We're in the last final weeks of being here at the grill studio. We're about to be, I don't know how many more weeks, 2 to 3 more weeks out here, and then we're going to be going into the barbecue bunker. We can't wait for you guys to see it.
Yeah, and the reason for that is because you guys, every year when we have to go indoors, people are always like, oh, you're Canadian, and why you can't stand the cold? Why are you going inside, like barbecue all winter? And every time we have to say, it's not us. It's because we have electronics. We have a multi-camera setup out here.
Yeah, you guys know we grill literally all year round.
And the minute it gets below 0, everything freezes and the cameras don't work. So that's the reason.
Not even below 0. We already have had some issues with it being like quite chilly.
Evil almost think you can see the leaves blowing. Yeah, it's nuts out here.
It's crazy. Hang on to your hats, everybody.
Okay, actually, I kind of forgot that the soup was on there, so I'm just gonna go give this a stir and see where we're at.
Let's see if we got some stickage. Let's see if Key's theory holds up.
Let's see.
Because sometimes it does, and there's no stickage.
No?
Guys, again, we'll let anybody know who just came on to TikTok or just came on to Insta. If you do want to see our multi-camera angles, which right now you can see what's happening over on the grill, you can head over to YouTube and you can see everything. We got Barbecue Dave in the house, and he's saying, "Hold on, Dorothy." Yeah, it is very Wizard of Oz out there right now.
Who is that, Barbecue Dave?
Barbecue Dave's in the house.
Barbecue Dave, I honestly think of that every single time it's this windy here, because it's very much like that Wizard of Oz type of vibe where you're like, and then especially, I also have a little dog too, so it's very accurate.
A little cute little Toto.
She could get swept away. Absolutely.
Oh, Loop could, if this TV screen just blew in the wind, Loop could definitely be taken in the wind. How much does she weigh?
6 pounds.
Okay, well then, Barbecue Mama, hold tight.
She was actually just at the vet yesterday, and she's holding steady at 6 pounds.
She's a little tiny gal.
And she's full grown, so she's not going to be any bigger, hopefully, unless she continues to eat the treats that we insist on giving her. Good job over there.
Thank you. Yeah. Can I get some credit?
Good peeling.
Did I redeem myself from the celery fiasco?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely did, honey. It's looking good.
Are you not like cooking in a coat sometimes, especially with like sleeves down and like I don't want bits on my sleeve? How are you handling that?
Because my sleeves are tight.
Yeah, mine are, but they're like I'm trying not to get garlic juice on my sleeve.
Oh no, that's not going to be good.
Guys, our friend Brian, who's watching on YouTube and always watches on YouTube. Look, Barbecue Boss needed to show the action that's happening out there.
Yeah, it's not.
In our outdoor view. But Brian is letting everybody know, specifically who's watching on Insta and TikTok. He's saying only the cool people hang on YouTube. Okay, so I didn't say it.
No.
He's the one that said it. I ain't going to deny it, though.
I like to take this kale down to like a fine chiffonade if you want to be fancy.
Yes, and that one is easier to chiffonade than your typical curly kale.
Yeah, and the reason for that is because the cell fibers are a little bit stronger in this type of kale. This is like the kale that if you ever go to like a fancy restaurant and they say like massaged kale, that's
I
why.
massage all my kale.
I don't want to hear about your personal life. Okay.
What?
Hi, James. How are you?
Hi, James.
Nice to see you.
James, what did you end up being for Halloween? Because James last week shared that he was going to a Halloween party literally less than 24 hours away from the live show, and he had no idea what he was going to be. How was everybody's Halloween?
Yeah, good
Did you get a lot of kids? Because we got slammed with kids at my house.
Yeah, we totally did. Maddie's house. Maddie lives in a newer neighborhood. And I think we shared with you guys, since I live in the country, I always go to Madd's for Halloween so we can hand out candy together. And there's like more and more kids every year. But that makes sense because they're building new houses in your area every year.
Tons of kids. And I have to say, we saw a lot of cool costumes, but we did see a lot of typical kids just running around costumeless looking for candy.
And no, we
saw a lot of that.
Adults, it was like, I'm sorry, if you're like 16 plus, you have no business going out for Halloween.
Well, not sick, buddy. There were some people there that looked like they were like our age.
Yeah, I know.
That's not 16. Honey. I'm sorry, you're a little far from 16, but
yeah, but excuse me, but there were some like
I'm
older
older than you.
Yeah, but some teens even. I'm like, first of all, at least if you're gonna try to go out as a teen, get a costume. Like, don't go out as you in a hoodie.
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I giving you candy?
I also wanted to know, is trick or treat not standard anymore? I didn't hear a lot of trick or treat.
Evil Llama, did you give out adult beverages for the parents? Yes, we did.
We did, actually, because we were partaking in some adult beverages. Some of the parents saw that, and they were like, are those for Halloween? And we were like, sure, guys, why not? So we just gave people a few. And Matt got me some very special waters, because I wasn't partaking in that, as you guys know. So Matt didn't want me to feel left out of the party. We all had fun beverages.
Yeah, that was super fun. Even though Halloween this year was kind of lame because it was on a weeknight. So I don't know if you guys felt the same way, but it's like it doesn't have the same vibe if it's on a Saturday or a Friday.
Friday Halloween and Saturday Halloween is like so much fun.
James said he was Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. Okay, that's like the most spot-on costume, I think, James.
James didn't even have to dress up for that. He's just living and breathing that look 24/7. That's an awesome idea, James.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. And you know what? There was not a lot of parents dressed up.
No, we didn't see a lot of parents dressed up, surprisingly. Which, remember, if anyone didn't watch last week, he shared that she personally finds that lame.
I do. No, only if you're like at the door giving out candy. I'm like, why are you dressed up if you're not at a Halloween party? I don't get it.
Look, if it brings you joy and it makes you happy and it's not hurting anybody, do what you need to do. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think so too, but I'll still think that you're lame.
Now, we're going to get some big chunks of garlic in here because I'm really trying not to I'm going to take it down more.
We're not getting big chunks.
Can you give me a second, buddy? My goodness.
Well, don't go ahead and dump that in there because I will kill you.
Kathy's saying, okay, wow, guys, you heard it. Okay, if I go missing, look to my sister. Kathy's saying we had our adult Halloween on Saturday.
Oh, Kathy,
yes,
adult Halloween. I don't want to know what you do in your personal life.
Don't say that to Kathy.
Kathy and Kim, wild Saturday, or wild, it wasn't Saturday, wild Monday night.
No, she's saying she had it on the Saturday because everybody knows the Saturday before Halloween is for the adults, okay?
Yes.
That's when you celebrate your Halloween parties, adult or whatever you want, okay? Kathy's dying at that. We have Chris Ritchie in the house. He's also dying at that. Hi, Chris Ritchie. Guys, you can't say the word adult around us.
No, you can't. James, today we're making a smoked white bean and kale soup that we've got going on the big green egg already.
It already smells fantastic.
I'm smelling it.
And it doesn't even have the garlic in it. I've been taking my sweet time trying to get this down to a fine mince for my sister Key.
Yeah.
She's still giving me attitude and I'm still trying my best for her.
It's
never enough.
You're doing great, but don't you dare put chunks in here of garlic.
I'm not. But thank you. I do think I am doing great.
What is in that rub? Smell it.
Is Cluck and Squeal still in the house?
Yeah, guys, please give us your secrets.
Tell us. We'll keep your secret along with all the other BBQ family members who are watching right now. Okay,
so I'm going to add a couple bay leaves to this. Maddie and I were just teaching a demo, and we were talking about how bay leaves are one of those things that it's hard to pinpoint what a bay leaf tastes like, but if you don't add it, you will notice that it's not there. So that's the reason why you add it. It adds like such a nice flavor to a soup, stews. I like to add 2, but you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to add like 5.
I have, because don't you guys ever feel like sometimes you get excited about something because it tastes good, but sometimes too much of a good thing is a bad thing.
Yes.
And bay leaves are one of those things that it'll start to add a little bit too much bitterness to it, honey, don't you find?
Yes.
And again, that's a live and learn. We're happy to pass that on. I've done it. He's done it.
Okay, so just keeping an eye on the time here. I'm going to go ahead and deglaze. We could have given this a little more time, which I normally would, to get some nice brown flavors. Oh, there's a poll up here. Evil Llama, did you do that? So cool.
Evil Llama. Cool. I did not know you could do that live.
Evil Llama, you're blowing my mind on
TikTok. The
TikTok.
guy's pulling out all the tricks and all the stops for us. Thanks, Evil Llama.
Okay, so we're going to, let me just put this down here. We're going to deglaze with a little whiskey. This is the whiskey that I bought to use to make vanilla. And there's only a little tiny bit left. So we're going to go ahead and deglaze with some whiskey. And same thing, guys. If you're doing a plant-based recipe, you really got to make sure that you're building in those flavors.
Layers and layers of flavor. We have somebody named, I think it was Perry, saying when you scrape on the cutting board, use the back of the knife. They will stay sharper longer. Phenomenal tip, Perry. That is a very great tip. He's saying, so when you're cutting on a cutting board, instead of doing like what I was doing, which is like going like that, he's saying go like this. Okay? Sorry guys, we're on the view of the barbecue, but he's saying turn your knife over upside down like this and do that on the cutting board. And that will keep your knife sharper for much longer. That's proper knife etiquette. Do I do it all the time? No, I do not, clearly. Okay, so honey, since you got the lid up, I'm just going to throw this in.
Okay.
Is this to your liking, madam?
Perfect. That's a very fine mince. Normally I would have,
Before this goes in, I'm sorry, I'm going to need some credit around the horn here. Some credit around the horn. Let's get some, yeah. Guys, did I redeem myself after the celery fiasco?
You did.
Looking darn fantastic, okay?
All right.
TikTok, get some of this action.
Diana's asking. Okay, we've all got it. Diana's asking.
I don't think we did.
Don't
did you?
put that near
Did
me.
you?
It smells phenomenal because it's real. Diana is asking to our friends over at Cluck and Squeal if they are still in the house, where can we get your rubs?
Can I use this?
Good question.
Is that going in yet?
Not yet, no. Yes, you can use that. Very good question. Diana, I'm going to go on a limb here. I don't know if our friends are still with us, but I'm going to go on a limb here and say online is probably your best bet. Hey, guys.
Diana, if you're local, you can also get it at Dixon's Barbecue Center. They have a variety of different locations, but he's right. More often than not these days, you can get things online.
Yes.
Diana, you got to try it. We're obsessed.
Love Grows Baking is saying for winter dishes, try deglazing with brandy or cognac. It
Oh,
gives
heck yes.
a richer, more decadent feeling. Yes, absolutely. Deglazing with any kind of alcohol is always a nice thing. Although I tried to use alcoholic or non-alcoholic wine, and Maddie was not having any of it. So take that information with what you
Sorry.
will.
Okay, Cluck and Squeal is in the house. That's Mark. He's saying you got it online.
Hey, Mark.
Diana, check it out.
Marcus, I see still not giving away the recipe.
No, he put up after, shh, he ain't telling.
It's phenomenal.
He ain't telling.
I don't know what's in that
blame
one.
you, Mark. I don't
Normally,
blame you.
okay, and normally Maddie and I are good at guessing what's in rubs, but I
I
cannot.
pride myself and
This is stumping me.
yeah.
What
I
is
can't
making
get
it bold browning? Mark, what have you done?
Buddy, he ain't giving it up. We got Trumpet Master in the house. Let's change the subject. Mark is like, Kiki, keep it closed, okay? Now he's not going to tell you even if he was going to tell us, okay? You just lost that out for us.
I wrecked it. Okay, I'm just going to season with a little pepper, and we might have to add a little bit more salt to this in the end.
Already, guys, looking, smelling, the aromas around here, absolutely delectable.
Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and add in our beans as well.
Okay, as Kiki does that, I'm going to deglove. I don't know if you could tell here, I've made an absolute mess. Nothing new. If you tune into this cooking show on a regular basis, this is just regular activity that happens here.
What? It's on you
It's
too.
on me. This coat needs to be washed the second I get home. It ain't happening, okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna move this, and who wants to go for a dip dive into the big bowl of questions while Kiki adds the beans?
I do, and I'm laughing because Diana's saying garlic looks minced.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you so much. I gave it my all. Honey, Mark is really not letting this happen. He's saying the secret dies with me.
I don't agree with that. He's Italian, so I do believe that will continue
Oh,
to go on.
Italians, literally, guys, if you did not know this, Italians take anything to the grave, so
Yeah,
I believe the
I
guy.
believe it.
No one's getting it.
Okay, so these are just northern white beans. Like I said, cooked with a little bit of baking soda, so they're nice and soft. Why are you pushing me?
Can I get into the I'm trying to clean up.
Okay, so we're gonna add these in.
There's no paper towels around here.
One probably would have been sufficient, but I wanted to make this a big hearty soup, so we're gonna go with 2. That's gonna make a vat of soup. We're feeding an army here today. Apparently.
I would say definitely just the one in a pot that size. I think that was a good call, buddy.
No, I went 2.
If you could, no, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
If you can make something heartier, which Fritz Frank just said he's all for this because he loves hearty soups. If you can make it heartier, why not? I'm sorry, I don't like a brothy soup. I want to know what's in there. I want some chunk.
Well, and because there's not a lot, you know how some soups have like potato.
whoa.
Get away from me! Why are you so close to me today?
Excuse me, buddy?
Some soups have like potato or like whatever. This one doesn't. It has very few ingredients, so that's why I do want a lot of beans as well.
Who's ready to go for a dip dive?
I am, and I'm gonna add in a secret ingredient that I like to use in vegan cooking, and that's Marmite. I just got this at No Frills.
That's just good in any cooking. That's just like a flavor enhancer.
Yep, it's a very savory, sweet. It gives a lot of umami flavor. You don't want to use too much of this though, so we're just gonna add in a tiny bit.
All right, guys, we're going for a dip dive into the big bowl of questions. Who knows what we're gonna pull out? Honey, tell me when to stop. This is on you.
Stop.
This is on you. And I say that because Lord knows what's coming out of this bowl, guys. Lord knows. All right, this question goes out to everybody watching. And oh, this is Steve from the Mohegan Sun event. Guys, we're heading back to Mohegan actually in January. If anyone is in the Connecticut area, we'll be there in January. So this is Steve who attended the barbecue fest from the summer.
Yes, okay, I want to hear what it is. Yes, Love Grows Baking. It is this very similar to Vegemite. It's a yeast extract that's got a lot of different, it's close. Scott Baker, hello. It's not the same
got
because I know
bigger.
people are going to get on my case about that.
It's not the
same,
same.
but it is very close. So if you can
Guys,
find one.
Great info.
And then
Great info.
I want to hear the question in just a second, but I'm going to add in a couple vegetable stock cubes.
All right, guys, this question comes from Steve from the Mohegan Sun event.
Okay.
Interesting question. Okay,
All right, give it to me.
I want to know this about people. This says a lot about people. Okay, have you ever shotgunned a beer? Okay, have you ever shotgunned a beer?
No, I have not.
Do we all know what we mean when we mean shotgun?
Yeah, explain what that is.
Does everybody know what that means? Okay, so if I will not demonstrate because I don't have a beer here, nor do I want to do that right now. But it's when you get a can of beer, you pop a little hole into the bottom of the beer. Barbecue Dave is just giving a hell yeah, I have.
Where's my spoon?
You pop a little hole into the bottom of the beer and you just take it down all in one chug, basically, all in one time. You just down it. So
No.
who here has ever done that? Barbecue Mama, have you done that before?
But what's the purpose of that?
I don't really know. That's a good question.
Like, you know how
What
there's all
is
these
the
like
purpose of it?
You know, there's all these like old wives' tales on how to get like wasted the fastest. Is that why?
Probably.
I'm not-
That's not an old wives' tale, buddy. That's a fact.
No, but
If you chug a beer like that, you will get smashed.
But does it have to be with you poking a hole? Why can't you just chug a beer normally?
I think it's a celebratory thing. I have not done it before.
Here's
guys.
the feeling.
That's a no. James is sharing. He does one every morning. Brian's saying okay, I missed what Brian said. But he drinks his beer out of a glass.
Okay, so
I'm
then
going to
no.
say that's probably no. Kathy's saying yes, but I don't think it went well. That was many moons ago. Okay, so
James is saying airflow. So is that getting you smashed quicker? What's the
oh.
But why, James? You're not answering why.
Does it reduce the bubbles or something? Is that what that's referring to?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Trumpet Master saying yes, 3 beers at one time.
No, you didn't, Trumpet Master. Did you really? And if you did, I'm going to need to see a video.
Okay, so Fritz Frank, I agree. Like the purpose of it is to just look cool with your friends. I don't see any other benefit to this.
I'm sorry, it does look cool. I'm not going to lie.
Is this like, can we all agree that some people have like alcohol problems in here?
Kevin's saying it adds more air to make it flow faster. Okay.
Yeah, but see,
Okay.
that's the point. Is like we're trying to get smashed here. James is saying it goes down smoother and faster. So I think that the goal here is
Guys,
to
you're
just get
like
wasted.
selling this high. I wish I did have a can of beer right here. I'd give it a shot.
What?
Guys, I will tell you, I tried to do one in this past, actually no, it wasn't this past summer. It was during the pandemic. My partner and I were sitting on the front porch in the suburbs, so painting that picture for you, okay? And he asked me if I had ever done it before, and I said no, I haven't, because he and I, you guys know, we've lived a very not
Full house
wacky
lifestyle. Okay.
Yes, nailed it. So he said everyone has to do it once, and I kind of agree with that. Just try something new in life. We were about to do it. He popped the can. It was a can of Coors Light. He was about to pass it over to me. I was getting nervous because it's a scary thing to do if you've never done it. He passed it over to me just as my neighbors that are like literally 2 feet away from me came out and started up a conversation with us. So my little finger was just over the whole of the beer, being like, oh, how are you guys? Okay, nice to see you. And then I just bailed. I gave it to him and he did it. So I didn't actually do it.
Wow.
So that means maybe I'll do it on the live sometime. Barbecue Dave is saying, do it. Honey, I would do that.
James is saying it's just science, Kiki. So I guess it's just about getting it in there as fast as humanly possible. I think that's the...
You can't fight with science, all
Hi,
right?
Flutterdew Fam. Sorry, how are you? Marisol said that it would probably come out her nose. I'm going to have to agree with that.
Marisol, that's why I was nervous. That's why I was scared. And to be honest, I was actually quite pleased and happy that my neighbors came out and I just passed it off to my partner.
So are you going to do it again?
I think everyone should maybe try it once and like you should do it. Kiki doesn't drink. You guys know that. So Kiki should do it to a sparkling water.
Can you do it to a sparkling
You can
water?
do it to anything fizzy.
Is it anything that has fizz?
Guys, how cool would Key look doing that to a sparkling water? Okay.
Wow.
Kathy's saying, do it, Maddie. Okay, I will.
Guys,
On a
we
live.
don't need Maddie drunk or quicker.
In a summer, on a set, let's wait till next summer. Did you say we don't need Maddie drunk or quicker?
No,
Excuse
we
me,
don't.
Maddie? Next summer, when it's hot out again, because I feel like that's like a summer thing, I will give it a shot. All right, now, are you getting that in there?
I'll get it in when I see fit,
Guys,
which is not yet.
don't step to Kiki about when it comes to her and her kale, okay? She will get it in there when she sees fit.
No, I'm going to actually get the lid on. So I will take the lid off later on to get some more smokiness to this, but I'm going to leave the lid on
Just to get it hot and get it going? All right.
Because since we are actually eating this for lunch, I want to make sure that we're boiling away here.
All right, we want to give that a taste before the show's done.
Oops.
But who could go for a nice cocktail for Cheers to the Weekend? Barbecue Mama, are you ready for a cocktail, even though it's freezing? It's a chilly cocktail, but I think this one will warm you up a bit.
Okay,
All right.
interesting. Is it a hot beverage?
It's not a hot beverage. We're not quite there yet. I don't want to kick it off too early with the hot beverages, but let's do Cheers to the Weekend right now because we are making a Frangelico martini. Has
Ooh.
anybody had that before?
I
I'm
don't know what
obsessed
that
with this
is.
stuff right now.
I'm saying ooh and having no idea what we're making.
Okay, remember I told you what this is? It's a hazelnut liqueur.
Maddie's like, we discussed this. Why are you not remembering? I don't know.
We did discuss this.
So chicken frangelico?
Ooh,
Is that
we
the
didn't
same
make
thing?
chicken frangelico.
Is that the same thing? Okay, I get it now. I wanted to make tofu frangelico,
Okay.
actually.
I almost needed to call upon Key's pipes for this.
What happened?
Because this was a little bit tight.
Oh.
But I got it done. Apparently, your girl Flirty Murdy does have a little bit of action.
Especially on a Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we will be making a Frangelico martini. Guys, this is going to be a quick one, an easy one, and you might already have some of the things in your home right now that you could possibly make it this weekend. Okay, so we're going to go in with some ice. It's a lot of ice. Into a martini mixer. Okay, Key always gets perplexed by what this is.
I was
It's
just
for
going to say, I
cocktails,
never know
okay?
what you do with this thing. Where's the, I thought you were supposed to pour it out this top. Oh.
This is how you pour it out.
I
okay?
don't know.
Is that this? Is that the? No. Why can I never tell the angles? Okay, so we're gonna pour it out there, out the top right there. Once we're done, Key's jumping the gun here. Okay.
Well, just because I don't know how to use this thing. I never know how to use it.
Okay, Wendy's sharing something interesting about Wendy. Go, Wendy, go. I could easily chug a warm beer over a cold beer. Ice cold beer gives me a headache. Like, okay, good
Yeah.
tip, Wendy.
Wendy, I'm like that with cold anything. I don't like super cold drinks for that very reason because I feel like if I chug anything like a cold sparkler, it does hurt.
Okay, but genius. If I do that, Wendy, it will be a warm beer to do a shotgun. Take a smell of that. This is sweet vermouth.
Ooh.
Okay, so typically martinis are made with dry vermouth. Now, Evil Llama is watching. That was a heavy pour, and that was for him. Okay? He likes when we get Barbecue Mama a little tipsy. Who doesn't?
I think he wants to get everybody a little tipsy.
Yeah.
That's his goal.
It is. It's his goal, and that
That's a
might
big
happen
bottle.
with this. Yeah.
That is a
and
really big bottle,
This
Marty.
has taken quite a while to work through this. but-
Sure.
What?
You just bought that last weekend.
Are you joking, buddy? Okay, we're gonna go in with a heavy pour of vodka.
Evil Llama saying heavy pours are good.
Yeah, who's against a heavy pour? Okay, and then this is the good stuff here.
Let me smell it.
Okay, yeah.
20% alcohol.
Oh my.
Barbecue Mama's not leaving for a while.
Drive safe,
Ooh.
everybody. I know. Does that not? Remember, Key said it smells like liquid Nutella.
It does.
Because this is a hazelnut liqueur, and for some reason your mind just goes to Nutella. Now we have our friend Chef Plummy in the house giving us one of these. Hello, Chef Plummy. Chef Plummy always joins the show right at Cheers to the Weekend because he knows the best part of the show.
Chef Plummy, have you shotgunned a beer before? That was what we were just talking about.
That was our question, and if I know Chef Plummy, and I think I do, I'm gonna say the guy has.
So what do you stab it with? I'm still very confused.
I think you can do it with some keys. I think you can do it with anything
How is
that
a
you
key
have.
stabbing a can? I don't get
But
it.
cans are very thin.
So are you just like smashing into it? Like what do you
No,
do?
You give it a little like prick, and then you just guzzle. What?
You just guzzle.
Why are you acting like I said? I've never
That's
done it
real
before.
classy. You just guzzle. Ooh, James is saying try orange juice in Frangelico. Ooh,
James, okay, I would definitely give that a go.
that sounds really good. Okay, I'm gonna stir our soup because I can smell it, and I want to make sure that we're not that the bottom isn't getting too scorched here.
All right, good call, honey. Now, guys, we always say every cocktail needs a Chef Plummy saying, of course. See, I knew it. I absolutely knew it.
And is he surprised that we haven't? Probably not.
really not surprised that we have not shotgunned a beer. Now, guys, we always say every cocktail needs a garnish. If you always have, I don't know about you, honey, but I always keep lemons and limes in the fridge. You do.
Yes.
Do. And it's always good to have these on hand for cocktails in particular. Okay, so I'm gonna do, I think a little tiny wedge like this is good for our garnish here. Just a tiny little, I feel like that looks beautiful. It looks elegant.
Yeah.
We're gonna put that right into our coupe glass here. This is, I don't know about you guys, but the glass makes the beverage taste better. Does it not?
That is really cute.
Even if you're drinking any beverage, if it's a mocktail, if it's anything, throw it in a gorgeous glass and it's going to taste better. That's a fact.
Yep. Wendy's asking, Kiki, do you drink non-alcoholic liqueurs? No, Wendy, I don't. I have before, and I have tried them, and I will if they're available, because sometimes it's fun. But first of all, I don't really like the flavors. Like, I'd rather have, like, just some water.
There are some good ones out there.
There are, yeah. There definitely is, but I just, like, if I'm going to be drinking something, I'd rather just have, like, sometimes a good mocktail if it's got some, like, nice cold pressed juices in it. But not for, like...
All right, let's give this a pour.
Not for cooking, according to Maddie.
No, it doesn't. It's not the same. Oh, my good. Okay, this was a heavy pour.
Wow.
Oh, that's a big cocktail.
How are you even going to carry that?
Barbecue Mama is shaking her head, but I think she's also saying, bring it on here.
Wow.
All right, now I will give this a little taste test because it's only polite to taste something before you serve it to someone to make sure it's
But you're going to have to in
the
order to
quality
carry
control
that.
is there. Okay, yep, and because, yeah, I have to. Okay, because, yeah, look at how full this is. Okay, color-wise, absolutely stunning. Is that not a gorgeous color?
Very pretty.
Guys, check that out and look at how beautiful it is in this cocktail glass. TikTok, I'm coming for you, and then I'm going to give this a taste test.
It is very gorgeous, honey. I will give you that. And it's
right.
Can I smell it?
Yes.
Ooh.
Very complex in the aroma.
Yes. What are the flavors?
Okay. It's good. I'm going to say a touch sweet.
Too sweet?
You know what would balance this out a little bit more?
Some lime?
If we added
more
actually
lemon?
some lemon juice.
Add it. You got
it's
it.
It's good, but
Squeeze
I
it in.
know Barbecue Mama is like me. We don't really like something too sweet. It's delectable. The hazelnut flavor is pairing perfectly with the sweet vermouth, but it could have a little bit.
TikTok's liking it.
Yes,
Trumpet Master saying,
TikTok.
let me get a sip. Evil Llama saying, perfect color and pour.
Thank you, guys.
That's-
Evil Llama, I knew you'd appreciate that.
I think you're right, honey. I think a little bit of lemon to balance that out would be nice.
Okay, let me just take one more sip just to make sure the lemon's okay in there.
But take more
Oh
than
my
a sip.
goodness.
You're going to spill that on your way over.
Guys, that is a crowd pleaser.
It looks
If
good.
you like the flavors of hazelnut, you're going to like that. Kathy saying cheers to that. I'm bringing this to Barbecue Mama.
Brian, I honestly can't imagine what that drink tastes like. Me too, Brian. I'm like, normally I feel like I can guess the flavors
good.
of these drinks that Murd makes.
Watch out, Barbecue Mama.
That looks, look at Loopy's trying to smell it too. It looks good. Barbecue Mama, what does it taste like? It's stiff.
Yeah, I feel like it is kind of like a seasonal. I don't know if that's like summery. I feel like it would be good for the fall. Agreed.
That amount of alcohol, you're going to get heated up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I took 2 sips and whoo, I'm not gonna be shotgunning a beer anytime soon. That's for sure. If I can't even handle those 2 little sips.
Okay, so our soup is bubbling away. I wanted this to be like a creamy soup. So
Ooh.
it's going to take a little bit more time.
Both hands up on loving creamy soups. Who's with me?
So I'm gonna let this go into our After Darkers segment. So I'm not
Can
gonna.
we just taste it?
We will taste
I want to
it.
taste it now.
We will. Okay. Wow.
I want to taste it now before we're gone.
Okay. Maddie wants to taste it now. Fine.
Guys, who wants to taste this now with us? Honey, you gotta taste it because this is yours.
I'm not gonna. I want you to taste it. I'm not gonna taste it yet because I still have to add. And honey, you really gotta blow this.
Great. Okay, she doesn't want to taste it when it's not quite ready.
No.
Okay, James is saying it's a great drink, ice fishing.
Here.
Okay, James,
Careful.
I kind of like that idea. Why? Because possibly it would warm you up, I'm going to guess. Because
I can
ice
see it.
fishing is a chilly activity. You're waiting around for some fish to make an appearance.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, this is gonna cool off pretty quickly because it is so cool
It
here.
smells delectable.
So Matt's gonna try it. The only two things left we have to add is the black kale, and I'm gonna add in some hemp pumpkin seed milk that I make myself because I don't like, since I drink so much plant-based milk, I don't like the store-bought one. I like to make it. And it's one of the simplest ones to make. You just blast up some hemp seeds and pumpkin seeds into a blender with some water. That's it, and it's super creamy.
Frank giving it a hell yeah to cream soups. We got Valentin joining us right at the end of the show. He's saying, hey, M&K, and he's saying hello to the BBQ family. I'm going in, taking a little sip of this, okay?
Wendy's asking if you can mash some of the beans to make it creamy. You could also do that. That's a really great way to make it creamy as well. Blend half of it, or you can add in a plant-based milk.
I already said it before even trying it. If you didn't know that was a vegan soup, a plant-based soup, you would not know.
Yes.
That is delectable. It's flavorful. You can taste the, it was bourbon, right?
It was whiskey.
You can taste the alcohol in there, but not too much. That's a winner, buddy.
Yes.
Now, would I prefer it to be creamy and with the kale still? Keep it going.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. And also, the veg are a little bit crispy still.
We gotta let it simmer.
It needs to simmer.
We gotta let it simmer.
But boy, is that a good one.
Thank you.
Guys, we are at time. Okay, my goodness gracious. I don't know about you guys, but we've said it 1,000 times. This hour goes by super quick.
Yes, it totally does. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Farrah right at the end. Hi, Farrah. Nice to see you.
Hi, Farrah.
So if you guys are part of our After Darker club, then we will see you afterwards. And if you are not, we will see you same time, same place next week.
Happy Friday, everybody. Have a great weekend.